happy Thanksgiving, everybody, and welcome to a very special virtual comedy show. I hope you all had a lot of food and watched the parade today, because now that Joe Biden is truly the president-elect, we got to head out tomorrow morning and start collecting guns. Let's start the show.
In a cabin, going crazy, 'cause a flu that's worse than swine swept the planet, so damn it, here we are in quarantine. We've been quarreling, we've been snarling, oh my darling wife of mine. It's a toilet paper zombie apocalypse, so we're here in quarantine.
Everyone, it's time for the virtual comedy show starring Brad Tassell and Steve Goodie. Tonight, Brad and Steve welcome their very special guest,
Patti Vasquez!
live from their respective quarantined homes. And now, please welcome Brad Tassell!
Yeah, oh, and the Thanksgiving crowd goes wild. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jeff from his car. Alice, good to see you. Zoe, Lauren, of course, Valerie and Robert, and Patti Vasquez. Did you say Vasquez or Vasquez? Your mic is off.
Vasquez, thank you very much.
Vasquez, thank you very much. Patti is our headlining comedian tonight, and Patti, I think you were an MC and I was featuring at Zanies. Is that the story?
You were a headliner, actually. You were doing cruise ships at the time, I believe, back in the 90s.
No, I didn't start doing cruise ships till 2002.
Well, then we worked together. Okay.
We didn't work together on a cruise ship. We were Zanies.
No. That's right. Zanies and Mount Prospect.
Just stop it. We'll talk about it later. Okay. So Patti, the point of it was Patti was emceeing, just starting out, and now she's really famous and does a lot of stuff, and I'm doing this. So it's great to know. So happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Lauren Mayer is here, who we all love, and who is now a very rich person, or at least she will be in about 4 months. And Steve and I are still not. And Jeff Shaw's on his phone driving to Little Rock, Arkansas for a show. So what happened, so Patti, this is where I tell jokes that I wrote really hastily. Okay, so here they go. Here we go. Here's the first one. And this one even more, because I smashed my finger yesterday, and it hurt so much I could not write jokes. But we did have a good dinner tonight. So here we go. First joke. So Trump begrudgingly announced that he would release the funds for transition of power and allow the process to begin for a Joe Biden presidency. Come on, everybody. We got a whole group of liberals here today. Then, of course, Trump raised golf cart prices at Mar-a-Lago to $1 million a round and asked for 300 more Secret Service agents through January 19. Because he gets all that money. He gets to get it. So, okay. Now... So in music news, and then we'll go back to politics, although there's something in here that I'm not sure I like. Okay, music news, the South Korean supergroup BTS, do you know who they are, everybody?
Oh, yeah.
All right, cool. Wow, Alice, that's great. The supergroup BTS, which stands for, in South Korean, Bangtan Sonyeondan, is what, and it's translated in English to future books about how our manager molested us.
My favorite thing, Brad, is when you tell a joke like that just as my mom tunes in. Thank you, Brad.
Yeah, I was going to say, did your mom come in and hear me talk about boy bands being molested? Well, it's a thing.
Fantastic.
So, but the point is, they have been nominated for their first Grammy Award for their first English single called Dynamite. That's the first song. The song is so big that the comment, "You are going to regret you named it that," was said by Jimmy Walker. That was funny. I thought that was a good one. By the way, their name really means Boy Scout something. Bulletproof Boy Scouts is what their name really means. Yeah, in English. Okay, So Trump pardoned ex-National Security Advisor Michael Flynn. Come on, boy. Yeah, I know. So, who, of course, was convicted for lying under oath about his dealings with Russia in 2016. This may just be the start. I think this is the start of Trump handing out freedom to a whole list of his staff and anyone with a standing reservation on Epstein Island. So now supporters have also said that the president should step in and right another egregious wrong in the eyes of every loyal Trumper and get Aunt Jemima her job back. Come on, it's Thanksgiving, everybody. Let's get the people working, huh? Your mom didn't like that one, Steve. I don't think she's very happy with the Judy, you're not happy. Okay. I'm having a good time. Here's another one.
I am too.
Here's another one you'll hate. Fox News. Now, have y'all been seeing that Fox News there's now this Newsmax. Have you seen that? And there's the OAN too. But Fox News and Newsmax and other conservative outlets have, again, begrudgingly announced that the election had been stolen and Biden will be president. Come on. Thank you for a stolen election. They're also, have you also noticed, they're falling all over themselves to make sure that Trumpers know that this will be the only time they will ever tell their viewers something they don't want to hear, no matter how true, no matter how true. Laura Ingraham even apologized. Did you watch this? Almost begging right-wingers to forgive that she was being honest. And then, after she did that, she had to hit herself 5 times in the face with Hunter Biden's laptop. Just to show how sorry. That's how sorry she was. By the way, I did everything on paper in front of me. Is it going okay? Because usually what I do is I tape them up around the room so it looks like I'm looking. But we had Thanksgiving today, so I did no work. Okay.
Brad, I think it's working great. And it turns out I looked it up. BTS actually stands for Hunter Biden's laptop.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Well, good. Well, then they have a long career ahead of them. Mm-hmm. So let's see. Do I have any jokes left? I have I have 2 jokes left. Okay. So here we go. By the way, I do want to ask this. Has anybody noticed that their Facebook is a lot calmer? Have you noticed that?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and not just because I've been, not blocking, but not because I've been unfollowing, but ever since they started deleting conspiracy theories and putting people in Facebook jail for hate speech. If you say that guy's a scumbag or you say something like that, they literally put you in Facebook jail. So because of the conspiracies going away, because Facebook is stopping hate speech, and because I told my aunt that a pedophile was not a professional bicycle historian. So she doesn't keep typing pedophile every day. It's so much quieter, but not so much over at Parler. Has anybody been following the Parler?
No. I've heard of it. That's about
I follow a lady that says, I will watch Parler so you don't have to. And it is not where Trump. Okay, here's the thing. Trump fans are so mad at the elections that they were fair that they're planning on spreading the news. They want to do a boycott of the Georgia Senate runoff by all writing in Donald Trump. That's what they're saying to do. That's going to do. And I don't even think I need a joke here. I mean, I'm 100% for this action. This is a boycott I can get behind. Well, and what's funny is Parler is trying to stop them. They're actually censoring them from saying so that because Donald, both Democrats are going to win by thing. I also have another suggestion if they're going to do that boycott, and that is that all conservatives write Brad Tassell instead of the IRS on their tax bills.
Whoa!
Send those to me. Okay. All right. You can tell I'm on drugs. Okay. Last one. Lauren,
pretty normal to
and
me.
we got to go to Lauren because Lauren's her dinner's still in the oven. And we'll ask her what she's making here in a second. So now, and of course, the great thing too is the COVID vaccines are said to be 95% effective. And now there's 3. India has now 95% effective. But now all these scaredy cat anti-vaxxers are complaining that the side effects could be 2 days of headaches, fatigue, body aches, and fever. And the worst problem in their eyes, that after those 2 days of all that pain, they look like morons for the rest of their much longer lives. Okay. Well, that was fun. I thought that was okay.
Yeah.
So I wrote those. I hired a guy to write those. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are thrilled that you're watching on Facebook, and of course, the group we always have here that is so sweet. And now I'm going to go to talk to a man. Wait, I was going to go, but we're going to go talk to Steve first. If that's okay, Lauren, is that okay?
My dinner's
Okay,
in the
that's
oven,
good.
too,
She
so let's
waved
move
her
on.
head. So I'm replacing me with Steve. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Hawaii Day
Yeah,
at the Steve Goodie household.
very much so.
How you
Hi.
doing, Steve?
I'm
Hi,
fine.
Steve.
Let's hear it for Brad, everybody. That was fantastic. I did not know you had smashed your thumb or smashed your finger in the car. Oh my God. I'm terribly
It was
sorry that
so-
happened. And that was such a good monologue. I suggest you do that every Wednesday. I'm kidding. Don't ever do that.
No
again.
pain, no gain.
It is Thanksgiving, which means to me nothing more than leftovers for a long time. So in honor of that, I'll be presenting the same top 10 list I did 2 weeks ago. It's reheated slightly and we put some extra gravy on it. It's going to be fine. I think you'll enjoy it. And what's amazing to me is when we get to number 1, I didn't think number 1 would work 2 weeks later, but it's still good. Some leftovers just have a good shelf life. So tonight's top 10 category is top 10 COVID-19 Thanksgiving treats. You know, it's been a very different kind of a Thanksgiving for most of us. So these are the top 10 COVID-19 Thanksgiving treats that we've enjoyed all day today. Number 10, roast bat. Number 9, socially distant green beans, 3 per plate. Number 8, pumpkin spice zoom. Number 7, sweet solitude potatoes.
I had some of those.
I don't remember that.
I don't remember any of these. Number 6, he can't visit grandma pie.
Ah, that one I remember. That one's funny.
I think that's my favorite one. Number 5, herd immunity TV dinner.
Is that one different?
No, I haven't changed a thing.
Oh,
Number 4, apple pie a la mask.
yes. That one I remember.
Comes
Yes.
with a straw.
Very
Number
fun.
3, cranberry sauce right out of the can, because who really gives a crap at this point? Are you kidding me? Number 2, ham hoax.
Ah, oh, classic.
And
Classic.
the number 1 COVID-19 Thanksgiving treat, non-conceding turkey.
Steve Goodie, everybody. A nice replay. Steve Goodie. And I would like to add a spotlight. So Steve, now we're both on.
This is crazy.
So,
You can do this now.
I know we can do this now. How was your Thanksgiving today?
Oh, it's fabulous. Thank you. I had a lovely turkey burger. And played
That's
with-
it?
Yeah.
And you played with the cat?
Yes.
Wow,
I failed to smash my finger in anything.
So what you're saying is that it was depressing to go to you. Okay, so let's go back to me. Okay, so Alice came up suddenly out of nowhere. That was fun. So, okay, well, that was great. So, ladies and gentlemen, and Steve, I just want to announce that I started recording on the cloud and it refused to do it. So I don't have a recording. So that's great. But I can steal it off Facebook later. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you know, we're wasting our time because we have a special guest who is dying to get to her turkey dinner. And let's hear. It's Lauren Mayer, everybody. Come on, let's hear it for Lauren Mayer.
Thank
Hey,
you.
Lauren, what are you making for dinner today?
I did a rotisserie chicken and I'm calling it turkey. And my girlfriend's here because my husband had to work. So we have turkey, mashed potatoes, apple pie, and champagne. 'Cause-
Wow, that is a little drunken girls' evening. I love that.
Yeah, we're gonna get drunk.
Oh, that is so
Just
sweet.
why not? Yeah.
Well, we are very thankful for you, Lauren. You are
Thanks for being
you're a
here.
very talented lady. You are a prolific writer, and it's brilliant stuff. So don't disappoint us today. So
Pressure's on. So I said I'll do something for general holidays to set you into the holiday season, and then something
Yes.
to be political, and he said Patty's pretty liberal, so I can be, you know, a commie pinko leftist from California because that's
You
what I
can. You can.
Yeah.
So
All the
start
real-
with the general holiday, because I'm Jewish, so we do celebrate Thanksgiving, but we celebrate a lot of other holidays. So I came up with a song to explain a little bit about what it's like. So here we go.
Okay.
Okay.
Sometimes it can be difficult to be a Jew. Our holidays confuse folks. Heck, they confuse me too. But now I've heard 9 little words to explain each holiday nice and neat. They tried to kill us. We survived. Let's eat.
They tried to kill us, we survived, let's eat.
We've got a lot of holidays, both big and small, and not even a rabbi can define them all. So when in doubt, you just set out chopped liver and something sweet and say, they tried to kill us, we survived, let's see. Oh, we survived, and even thrived. Maybe that's why Jews have so much drive. So when in doubt, you just set out chopped liver, a little something sweet, and say, they tried to kill us, we survived, let's see. Everybody, they tried to kill us, we survived,
Let's eat.
there's Rosh Hashanah, Hanukkah, Pesach, Shavuot, Simchat Torah, Purim, Tu B'Shvat, and Sukkot, Lag BaOmer, Tisha B'Av. That list is not complete. Oh well. They tried to kill us, we survived, let's eat. Now, Tu B'Shvat's about trees, and Simchat Torah is about Torah. Passover is Pesach, New Year's is Rosh Hashanah. On Purim, we eat Hamantash to commemorate how brave Queen Esther saved the day by engineering Haman's defeat against the Triton, etc. Oh, we survived. Dad, that's no joy. Now it's time for all your cousins to arrive. On each occasion, simply say to every goy you meet, happy. They tried to kill us, we survived, let's eat. Oh, we survived, we're still alive. Come give your cousin Mordecai high five. 5-page holiday is always such a treat. They tried to kill us, we survived, let's see. Your turn! They tried to kill us, we survived, let's see. They tried to kill us. Oh yeah, we survived it all. So come on, celebrate and eat.
Yeah.
Have a little noodle kugel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Revival.
Yeah, Jewish gospel, the first ever.
Hey, Laura.
There hasn't been a Jewish gospel song.
I really
Hey,
enjoyed
Steve,
the
Steve,
high
also.
five. That was my
I'm
favorite.
the high five. I thought you would like that, Steve.
I got a
That's
friend
all
who
the-
has, she wears a chai, and underneath it says there's a pronunciation, so everybody knows what it is. And so I got her one that said, how are ya?
And then you need a 5 under it too. Yeah. So I did want to get political because usually what I do with I do weekly songs, youtube.com/psychosupermom. And let's say, you know, Trump has provided a lot of material for me. And even though he's, you know, I'm not going to write that much about him anymore, this song from just a couple of months ago is in response to people who were wondering, is he playing 4-dimensional chess with all these whatever during the campaign, or how he was handling COVID, but now all these lawsuits, and he's, you know, sort of acknowledging there's a transition, but still claiming there's a path to victory. And I, you know Sidney Powell, the lawyer, just released the Kraken, which is this lawsuit in Georgia, in which she filed in the district court, and she found 2 different ways to misspell the word district. That's actually not a joke. So this is a song exploring maybe what might be behind some of that stuff. So here we go. With so many conflicting interpretations of current events, I've got an old philosophical principle to see what makes the most sense. For example, either 99% of experts and scientists are lying. Masks don't work and patriots shouldn't be complying. Hydrochloroquine and oleander are what we should be trying. Trump saved us from a hoax from which no one is dying. Because Democrats just want to make Trump look bad and ignore how he got us through it. Or Trump's an idiot and he blew it. And that's Occam's razor. The simplest explanation is probably right. Either fall for the latest craze or judge for yourself using Occam's razor. Here's another one. Either libs are causing all the protests so they can sneak in, wanton criminals so law and order will weaken, to kill suburbs and the Bible and worship Chrissy Teigen, and make everyone socialist, transgender, and vegan. So we recruit fake protesters paid by George Soros and the deep state. Or Trump's got nothing to campaign on but fear and hate. And that's Occam's razor. The simplest explanation is probably right. You can be a conspiracy appraiser with some help from Occam's razor. Let me explain. William Occam was a 14th century friar who came up with this principle as a clarifier. The more steps it takes to get a theory in focus, the more likely it is to be totally bogus. QAnon, anyone? So, either there's a plot to harvest kids for adrenochrome banks led by Satanist Jewish pedophiles like the Pope and Tom Hanks. Though no one's reported missing kids, they're all buried in underground tanks. And when Q's prophecies fall through, it's all just giving thanks to Trump, who's the only one to save the country from completely going down the drain. Or these folks are friggin' insane. And that's Occam's razor. The simplest explanation is probably right. You can distort our whole sense of logic for days, or come back to earth with Occam's razor. Now that you get this concept and know how to play between the crap Trump spewts out every day and the crimes with which they think they're gonna get away, I could write 100 new verses to this song every day, and I probably will. And that's Occam's razor.
Oh, yeah. Come on, everybody. Let's hear it for her. Hey, and since I can do this now, Lauren, I can talk to you together with me. So, first of all, I'd like to say that was beautiful. Both these songs were tremendous. So, say your YouTube again, because everyone needs to go there.
Oh, Psycho Supermom. And because you have an intelligent audience, they know how to spell it.
Yeah, they can spell psycho.
As long as it doesn't have district in it somewhere.
Yeah. You can also go to my website, which is laurenmayer.com. If you're my age, it's Lauren like Lauren Bacall, Mayer like Metro Goldwyn. If you're Brad's age, it's Lauren like Lauren Graham from the Gilmore Girls and John Mayer. Anyway, Lauren.
Brad's age? How old do you think I am? So,
yeah, sweetie.
Yeah, older, sadly. So let me ask you this, and everybody can find you on XM this year. We're excited about that, on the comedy channels, and of course Spotify, all those things. And I just am so thankful that you do this show whenever you can.
Well, I'm not doing a whole lot else, so I don't know.
Neither.
Yay!
Thank you for asking. You guys are great. Thank you.
He's on our nothing better to do roster.
I was going to say, what she's saying is if she had anything better to do, it would be not a chance in hell.
No, what I'm saying is you're making it sound like it's this huge sacrifice on my part. I'm delighted to do it. You guys make my day every time I do your shows.
Okay, let's hear it again. Yay, Lauren Mayer, everybody. Okay, now it's me. Here I am in the Thanksgiving area. Hopefully we'll get, by the way, Lauren, what's going to happen now? Facebook is getting so rough, they'll immediately take your audio away. Because they're starting to mute any audio of any songs. So, and they'll probably take this picture away too. So I just want to talk for a second before we have our headliner on. I want to thank everybody out there in Facebook. I want to thank everybody in the show. You can do a couple things for us. As she said, we aren't doing a lot, which also means we don't make a lot of money. So anybody out there, if you're watching the show, if you're enjoying the show, you can donate to the show. Go to virtualcomedyshow.com, click the donate button, and we split that among all the comics and entertainers on this show. Jeff Shaw will get nothing this week. So I just want everyone to know that. So, I want to make that clear. Unless you put specifically for Jeff Shaw, then I'll just tell you he did. Also,
and when I go to the Krispy Kreme, you're not getting anything.
Oh man, their strawberry frosted with the sprinkles is the greatest. So Krispy Kreme, call me and become a sponsor. Also,
I went through their drive-through just the other. I had not been through a Krispy Kreme drive-through ever. It was. I got the strawberry with the sprinkles and a little bit of Brad's finger. It was delicious.
that's right. Here, which finger? Okay, wait. I got a finger for you. Okay, so anyway, also, all of us are on Spotify. Anywhere you get your music or comedy, we are there. iHeart, Pandora. Plus, if you go to virtualcomedyshow.com, you can get Steve or I'll tell you how to get a hold of anybody that has ever been on the show. And if you go to YouTube at Brad Tassell, you can see every one of these shows, okay? All right. Well, now I've been wasting time. Now I'm going to bring up somebody here. First, Patti. So I'm gonna add you first, Patti, so that they can see both of us. Patti Vasquez, everybody. Let's clap for Patti. Okay. So Patti is from Chicago. I met Patti back when she was starting comedy, but then she became a huge radio star on WGN. And then she started selling out theaters. And then she ran for Senate, right, in Illinois. And she is a huge factor in the world of politics. She has she turned Illinois for Biden like that. I think it was all her. It was all her. Is that correct? So how are you, Patti?
I'm good. All those things are just slightly off in their truth, but I'll take all of it. I love that you sidestepped that I was gloriously fired from my radio job, as have many of the hosts at the station as well. Yes.
Well, but they did that as a money grab, and because that was sneaky. Because they fired Nick, they fired you, and they made up crap to do it. It wasn't.
Oh, for me, it was. Here's the thing: I have never seen a boat that I haven't wanted to stand up in and rock.
Right.
Like, oh, look at this. Oh, we're taking on water. Okay, let's do this. Yes, I reported sexual harassment and abuse, and they found many ways to make my life miserable and fired me last year with an excuse that somebody else swore on the air. It's fine. I'm fine. I'm totally fine.
They heard you. Then I hear they heard you in the background, supposedly during somebody else's show from another room.
Right.
Curse it. I mean, this was the worst. Oh, I'm so sorry. So, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take myself out of the spotlight wherever I am, and I'm going to leave you in the spotlight, and then you can just talk, if that's okay.
Sure. That's
okay.
It's how we do. First of all, by the way, Brad, it was a Zanies in Mount Prospect, and it had to be the late 1990s, and taught me how to handle stressful comedy shows, because there were weeknights when we would have maybe a dozen people in the audience, and you had this way of thanking the people that showed up, because a lot of comics will get mad at an audience because it's small and be jerks about it, and Brad went above and beyond thanking an audience. He's like, these are the people I'm mad at, these empty tables. We said all these. I'll never forget that. It's been over 20 years, and I was struck by how kind Brad was to our audiences. So I just want to tell you that's always.
Yeah. Oh, that is true. I've always been one that says I'm not going to attack people who aren't here. I always say this is a personal invite show.
Yeah.
We only invite. You're the only people we wanted, and I was also on meth. But other than that, doesn't matter.
Good to know. That explains a lot. What I miss about comedy is, that energy. But what I love about these evenings when audiences like you join us and want to hang out and connect, that's been a whole new world for us, because, the life of a comic isn't easy. There's a lot of travel. I don't miss those long car rides. I'm from Chicago, and if you drive down to the South, they hate us in the South. I mean, in Alabama, they have their highway signs that say I-65 South. And in the other direction, it says I-65, you're going the wrong way. It is. And by the way, I know that some of you are from Tennessee. And so I've been telling audiences this. There are these, for flatlanders like me, driving around those hills and blind curves can be scary. But one night I was driving in the dark and I saw this massive billboard, really brightly lit. It said, "Prepare to meet thy maker." And I thought, wow, it would be so much more Christian to say, slow down. there's I do miss traveling. I don't miss like flying was hard. You're always trying to find the cheapest flights, and Spirit Airlines always looks like a good deal. It does. And then you get on the plane, and the minute you realize that none of the seats match each other, it's hard not to panic. And they charge you for everything. Your check bag is expensive, your carry-on bag, having both sides of the seat belt. When the part for me is when the pilot came around and passed his hat around. Because you're like, so if we don't do this, are we not going to have a safe landing? And here's the thing. I realized one day why it's called Spirit Airlines, because the flight attendant came out and she was doing the instructions and she was like, in case of emergency, we're all going to die. So if you recall, I know it's been a long time since many of us have flown, but here's where I knew I could never fly on Spirit Airlines again, because it just took one time of pushing away from the jetway. This is the way the plane sounds. That is a plane that doubts itself. That is a plane is telling you exactly how it feels. We're not gonna make it. Don't make me go. I don't miss that part of it. I miss, having different experiences, but when you travel, especially from Chicago, and I think there, depends on where you're from, we get, like for example, in California, this girl was like, oh my God, how can you live in Chicago? Oh my God, it's so cold there. Oh my God, how can you live there? Oh my God, it's so cold. I was there one time, my eyelashes froze, and I don't even know how that happened. And I was like, yeah, I can't talk to you anymore and have fun falling into the ocean, because I am going to push you. I have no envy. It may be weather is the one thing, but how can you live in California with earthquakes and mudslides and fire season, a season of fire? They are right tonight. They just announced that they've been turning off the power on Thanksgiving Day because of fires that are closing in on South California. That would be weird if it was South Carolina. That's really overreacting. But they have so little control over these fires. They use water, then they have droughts. They use chemicals. They can't slow them down, and they use fire to fight fire. Which, exactly. I always thought that was just a saying.
Nope.
I didn't. Yeah. How do you fight fire with fire? Do you put a little fire in front of the big fire, and the big fire goes, "Oh my God, a fire!" and it runs away? I know it's more complicated than that. And the wonderful thing about being a comedian is that people will always correct us. They're always like, well, what they're actually trying to do is called control fire. See, they're burn up all dry grassland and the shrubs, so when the bigger fire arrives, it'll have less to consume. And I'm like, yeah, but that's not funny. So hard to explain our jobs to people.
Yeah.
But I think Brad will agree with this. Sometimes we do take to heart things that people say to us in an audience. So I did some research on how they slowed down fires in California, and I found my favorite thing ever. They use huge herds of goats to slow down the fires. Goats. And thank you. It's been a long time. I don't know how a goat sound in these days.
That was good.
Like a Spirit Airplane.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Someone got mad at me in Alabama. They were like, "That's a sheep." But
Did you say same difference?
exactly. There's a small difference though, because sheep go bah, and I said, "Nee." See, it's very right.
Yeah, close.
Small. It's significant. I have kids. I know what all the animal sounds are. And by the way, right now I think Robert and Valerie are wondering what happens to the goats. They don't throw them on the fire. That would be cruel.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Yeah, and ineffective.
Dirty-minded.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
What they do is they have the.
Okay.
What they do is they have the goats eat all the dry grassland and the shrubs. So when the fire arrives, it has less to consume. So when the fire, it will slow down, right? But that just seems like a lot of pressure for your goat, doesn't it? Right? I mean, like, Have you seen a goat eat? They're like at the zoo, and they'll eat right out of your hand, and their little beards tickle. It's really cool. But they're like, and all I can think is like, maybe he doesn't know there's a fire coming. Right? Maybe when they're on the side of the mountain, they see it coming. Maybe they smell it and they pick up their pace, and they're like, just saying. It's a really thin line between your goat being a hero and a Euro. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Long walk for that joke. I don't care. I'll take it.
Oh, that's cheesy.
I'll take that's. You know what? We feed off of that. I could not live somewhere where we have fire season. I have lived in Chicago my entire life. I've never lived anywhere else. I'm actually in my basement. So I am. We have fruit flies, and I can't tell you how hard it's been for me tonight to not chase any of them. There's such a thin line between chasing a fruit fly and looking crazy. I just want you to know that. That's what I wanted to do all night long. We also we live in a 2-flat with my mom, and my husband, yes, is a saint. We have lived in this building for 19 years.
Wow.
Yeah. You know what? We were self-quarantining long before everybody else. This is we have sheltered in place with my mom in anticipation of being able to celebrate Thanksgiving with her. But my mother, we just finished dinner a little bit ago. My mom is from Mexico, and I don't know if it's because she learned English as a second language, but my mom has this way of sounding a little bit harsh. And maybe I'm taking it like too personally. She'll say things like, "Oh my God, you are getting a fat ass." It looks like you put yeast in your ass and it's just rising. So maybe that's me, right? That's just me.
That's not mean at all.
No,
Love it.
I do love her. I still want her approval. Like I'll try on a new dress and ask her what she thinks, and she'll be like, "Oh my God, you are not going to believe this. For the first time in your entire life, you look good."
Oh.
No, it's okay. I know that sounds terrible. I was like, I'll take it. I will take this, and I will take that. And then I turn around and she's like, never mind. Thank you all so much. Brad, was that I forgot to look at my
That's
clock.
great. Come on, everybody. Let's hear it for her. That is so beautiful. I cannot believe it. I cannot. Wait a minute. I'm going to add myself there. So, you know what? Here's what's funny is my dad's girlfriend the other day, she said to me, I went up there and we were eating because I was doing a show somewhere. And she goes, "Hey, Brad, you know, your hair looks good for the first time." So that was first time ever. She also
you'll take it, right?
Well, and then one day she my dad said, "Do you want to go to Brad's show?" And she goes, No, I went there. I don't want to see that again. I don't want to see that again. So
that's terrible.
So I know it was rough. She's rough. She can be rough on me. So she does not big on me. So Patti, that was really funny. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So I own it. So I have that tape. I can now sell it and put it on. It'll be on YouTube for me, and I can get all the money from it. So that's good. So what have you been doing? What have you been? Have you been getting? You've been doing a lot of Zoomy things. What have you been doing?
Been doing all these shows. I really, actually, I as you can see, oh, you know what? I'll do this. So this is my my performing curtain. I have a lot of different, I can show you all the different stuff, but here's why I have this curtain. So Brad knows this. I have two beautiful boys, my 17-year-old who is smarter than I'll ever be, and my 15-year-old who is glorious and wonderful, and he has a significant disability. And so our entire basement is like his area. So I'll show you. So if anybody's ever worried about how their background looks, if hold on a second. So this is my basement.
Wow, yeah. That is some good looking stuff right there.
I'm saying. Well, and I took the swing down. We have a swing that hangs right behind the green screen. That chair, I did breastfeed in that chair. That's how old that is. So we've got the guitar.
Wow.
The guitar area over there. Yeah, there's a lot going on. Look at the cat.
Getting a little ahead of us, Patti. Brad usually asks, okay, so where were you first breastfed?
Ooh.
So that's my basement. Now you can't.
I want to apologize for that. Well, I'm going to remove you because it's hard to look at. So okay, that's all right. You just killed the entire ambiance of the show with your basement. So Well,
I
thank
don't
you.
know.
That
I
was
feel so
really
much
fun.
better about my background.
I'm telling
Yeah.
you. That's why I do
Yeah,
that.
but I'm not, Alice, I'm not putting you up.
No, I think, Brad, I think you're making the right move because your hair does look good for once.
It does look good. Well, it wasn't today.
Hey,
It
everybody,
wasn't
look at my back
today.
seat.
Oh no, Jeff Shaw is still on the road. Oh look, it's Jeff. Wait, okay, let's do it. Let's go to Jeff Shaw in his car.
Hey!
Everybody, here we go. Ad spotlight, ladies and gentlemen. Jeff Shaw in his car. How you doing, Jeff?
Good. I don't have any material. I was just showing you my back seat.
I know. I just also, you said you don't have any material. There you go. That's wow. You have a lot of stuff. What's going on back there?
I'm on the road for a month.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. That's great.
I'm on a 4-week tour of Arkansas, Oklahoma, and Kansas. So I'm either
So you're
coming
getting
back-
COVID 4 times.
Well, I'm either coming back with COVID or a MAGA hat. Either way, I'm a winner.
Yeah, it's obviously.
He's driving a Chevy super spreader. That's awesome.
Yes. That's what you drive. Okay, goodbye. Thank you, Jeff. So hey, here's what we're going to do. And man, that was great. So Steve, I'm going to bring Steve up and add him to my spotlight. And we're going to do what, Steve?
We're going to do a song that we found. We uncovered this song from the 1940s.
That's right, from the
We're going to lip sync.
1940s.
Yes, this is a song from the 1940s that we wrote 2 weeks ago.
We're going to,
from the
that we're going to
audio.
lip sync to.
This is a very
Yeah,
old
you can
recording.
get this song anywhere any music can be gotten. Also, where is this song going to be featured this weekend?
On the Dr. Demento show. That's right.
Ooh.
On Dr.
This
Demento.
is
So,
last weekend, but he might play it again.
oh, he played it already?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't get any money. What?
That's
Don't you get like $1,000 when they do that?
Oh, you want half of that? All right.
Yeah, I want. Oh, I'm sorry. You took it all. I'm so sorry. Okay.
Make that
Well, here we go. And this is such a highbrow song. That's the best part.
This is very classic.
What's it called?
This is called Rudolph Dropped a Package on My Rooftop, parentheses, Reindeer Song number 2.
Yes. And let's do that on 4.
All right.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Christmas Eve had started. We were all excited from the cheer. We waited in our cozy beds for Santa to appear. My heart started to pound with glee, like the roof prince up above. The big man in red in his crazy sled, so full of joy and love. But then there came a jarring plop, like a bag of wet cement. But that was nothing to the smell that came from every vent. Rudolph dropped a package on my rooftop. Now we can't get anywhere near the tree. We had to evacuate for Christmas. That stinky little reindeer made us flee. This year we had such high hopes for Christmas. We'd all been so very good all year. We thought nothing could be worse than a stocking full of coal. Till that gift plopped out of Rudy's rear. Rudolph dropped a package on my rooftop. Now we can't get anywhere near the tree. We've had to evacuate for Christmas. That kind of roasted chestnut's not for me. It puts the Rude in Rudolph as the leader of the crew. He was their number 1, so they all did number 2. A chain reaction. Prancer assumed the stance, while Dancer filled his pants. And just then, in a flash, Dasher took out the trash. Donner did the honors. Cupid got all putrid. Comet dropped a bomb. While Vixen and Blitzen took a... Oh my. Rudolph dropped a package on my rooftop. Those ain't no sugar plums, oh no, no, no. We've had to evacuate for Christmas. I'm sure glad Santa don't drive Buffalo. Yeah, I know I'm glad. Say no glad. Buffalo. Santa! Drive that sleigh safe now. Tip your helm! Rudolph has left something on the building.
So the question is, thank you. The question is, was that in sync at all? That's the question. Because you cannot sing on Zoom, two people in two different places. So was that in sync at all?
Somewhat.
I'll take that as a
Somewhat.
no. All right.
Yay!
Back in the
That's it.
1940s,
Looks like
nothing was in
crap.
sync.
True.
Nothing was in sync. Well, they don't call us Justin Timberlake for nothing. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Steve Goodie, everybody. He's still on here. Now that we can do this. I am Brad Tassell. We would like to thank you, Patti Vasquez, for doing an
Yes. You don't say
amazing job.
You don't say
Vasquez.
What? Vasquez.
Yes, thank you.
I know. I was joking when I said Vasquez. I was joking. It's Vasquez. And of course, Lauren Mayer, who now is into 4 glasses of champagne. You can't see her. She and her friend, she and her friend are 3 sheets to the wind. Yeah, they're fighting fire with fire or alcohol with more alcohol. So
They were able to clink glasses in sync, but we couldn't sing the damn song in sync.
I was going to say, we didn't sing the song in sync at all. Well, but you can't. It's just not a thing yet. So someday it will be when we do our Christmas show. So we'd like to thank everybody for coming to the show. Please follow us. Please find us. Please give us stuff. And please donate to the show if you can. And we will see you next week. I don't know with who or what because I haven't even thought about it. But we will do it. So now play the Thursday song. Anybody wants to hang out for about 5 minutes, we will. And then we're going to say goodbye to Facebook. Thank you, guys. Happy Thanksgiving.
Have a very merry Thursday. It's a special time of week when Thursday bells are pealing and life no longer seems so bleak. Let's open up our presents and carve our Thursday goose and wait for Father Thursday to arrive upon his moose. You know, we tried to incorporate all of the wonderful family traditions that people associate with Thursdays. Thursday comes but once a week, but do not shed a tear, 'cause there are more than 50 Thursdays packed in every year, and every single one of them is full of mirth and glee. So stuff your face and break some wind and join the revelry. Have a very merry Thursday. Put on your orange fez and decorate the Thursday tree with Milk-Bone, Spam, and Pez. Once you've curled your mustache and donned your Thursday clothes, I'll catch you 'neath the mistletoe and punch you in the nose. Merry Thursday.